Come on in. NY the MD podcast. Kevin Hurt, Brian Schwartz here on this Sunday morning. Do a little Beavis and Butthead for you.
Oh man,
Woo,
that's
man, I'm dizzy. I don't know how they did that all the time. Welcome to the NYMD podcast. Of course, we're here on StreamYard, YouTube. Subscribe and like. We would appreciate it. Facebook, IG, and the Twitter under NYMD podcast. And of course, we're on Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, Spotify, Spreaker, and Stitcher apps. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the NYMD podcast. What is going on, B?
It's all good, man. Doing well, man. It's been good, man. Can't complain. What about you, man? Everything good?
Hey, man. The only thing I'm mad about is that Sunday already. So that's the good thing about the show, and it's the bad thing about the show. And I feel like I need another weekend day.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one, man. I'm with you on that, man.
Like I said, whoever created the 5-day work week was an idiot and needs to be jumped and beat up, honestly. So
yeah, man. That extra day, man. You know what I'm saying? It does wonders. It does wonders, man.
Dude, get 3. I don't know why we can't just do 3. I mean, like, have 3 days off. Because just imagine it just be some 4 and 3 is a better 5 and 2 seems just it's just an odd mix. 4 and 3 so much better.
Yes.
Or 0 and 7. Actually, that would be good if you have the money to do so. So we're not there yet. We'll get there, and eventually we'll be doing the show from separate islands or whatever we decide to do. So that would be cool. We'll have the NYMD podcast islands. That would be. You want to talk about a fun show? That would be the most relaxed, best show ever. Didn't we do it from Myrtle Beach once? We might have tried to.
I don't know.
I might have. I probably brought my tablet down one time.
I think that does sound familiar, man.
Yeah.
It
was probably that was probably the best show ever.
Yeah, that sounds familiar.
All right, excuse everybody for my allergies just kicked in, which is awesome. I love when that happens right when the show starts. Excuse me for that, but man, we got a whole bunch of stuff to talk about.
Yeah, man.
And there was something I want to talk about that we're going to do on the show probably next week because I'll have more, probably more material on it. So we'll talk about it, and then you can get prepared for that as well. So we'll have a little. I want to do a little feature next week on some soccer stuff. So, which I think is important. So we're not going to do it this week. I want to do it next week because, we got baseball playoffs. Preseason for hockey, preseason for basketball. We, of course, NFL, college football. It's I don't know if I said boxing already, but boxing.
Yeah.
It's a full weekend, man.
Yo, I actually watched preseason NBA last night. Dude, I don't think I've ever watched preseason NBA.
Are you feeling okay?
Yo,
there was no more episodes of Squid Game left for you to watch.
Oh man!
Now, speaking of Halloween costumes,
dude,
those are already probably sold out.
It's a wrap. It's
already sold out because I know I'm a couple weeks behind the phenomenon.
Oh man!
But dude, I know already. But think about it. I'm just gonna put a jumpsuit and put a number on it, and I'm done.
That's what I'm saying. You could do red jumpsuit guy with the triangle.
It's pink, right? Is it pink?
No, it's red.
It is red. Okay.
Yeah, it's a red jumpsuit.
Hey, my TV's off. Oh, it's orange. They look orange.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and put like a circle or a triangle
or a square.
Yeah.
Or you could be green tracksuit guy with the number on it.
Yeah, that's easy. I'm just gonna put a green tracksuit and put 216 or something on there.
Yeah. Or you could be front man with that slick mask. See,
that mask is very intricate.
I love that.
Yeah, that mask is very intricate. So that might be a little tough.
Yeah.
But those that's gonna be everywhere.
Yeah, man.
It's gonna be everywhere. But I would still. But the thing for me, because I haven't finished the whole thing yet, I was saying like, what is the best game that I could do that from a kid, from a kid standpoint?
So, just out of curiosity, how many games have you seen? Just 2?
Just 2.
Okay. All right. I won't say. Okay.
I don't want to know. And the question is, Duck Duck Goose in there?
No.
Okay. So that would be my game.
But the next game you're going to see is a classic. Is a classic.
All right, because this last one we never did. That was I
Yeah.
think that was more of a Korean thing.
Yeah, Honeycomb. Yeah.
All right, so the next one is a classic. As long as it's not Double Dutch or nothing. Or,
It's funny. Dude, let me tell you, at one point, Double Dutch is not in there. I mean, I'm not spoiling anything, but at one point I was wondering, are they going to have like a Double Dutch to the death game? You know what I'm saying?
Like if that rope hits your foot, oh no, you know, or like real dodgeball, but you're throwing like landmines or something. You know?
Dude,
I was good at that. I rarely
I love dodgeball, man.
Yeah, I was a good thrower, and so probably dodgeball and Duck Duck Goose.
Yeah. Do they even allow dodgeball in schools anymore, man?
Well, I think they used to though, but I think sometimes because, in all honesty,
in this day and age, I don't know if they let kids play dodgeball.
Well, I know the ball has changed. It's not one that's going to give you concussion like the ones we used to play with.
Dude.
Those things would just.
And do you remember the sound that it made when after it hits or bounces off something?
Oh yeah, dude. It was just because it was like the same ball that you use for like kickball.
Yeah.
You know, so it's rubber. It's pretty hard, but you can grip it until later on they change it to some of the softer materials that can still fly, but it's not really going to hurt you.
Oh, okay.
You know, but I still, the rubber one was
yeah,
you know? Yeah. That was those. I'm sorry, those were the best. But yeah, there was always picking on the kids who really couldn't. That's the first ones you eliminated. You're not going after the basketball guy. You're going after the kid that plays chess,
right?
You know, so yeah, it's and then everybody had to play. So the thing is, you're going to the weaker. It's almost like this game. The weaker people will get eliminated first. Because even when they throw, you're going to catch it because they can't throw. So just like a lob, you're like, all right, you're gone. All right, bye, Jimmy, you're out. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I used to love doing the no look throws. Like I'm looking one way, thinking I'm gonna throw it to this person.
Oh heck yeah!
I used to love
dude, that was we were Patrick Mahomes before Patrick Mahomes back then. That was like
that was like the move, you know what I mean?
That was so easy to do too.
Yeah.
They weren't even paying attention, but yeah, it was, and it's just from because they're sitting there like, who am I gonna hit?
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah.
But you always gotta have your head on a swivel. Your head on a swivel.
Heck yeah, man.
I love that game. That's funny. All right. Well, what do we? How we get diverted so quickly?
I know, man. It's crazy. It's crazy.
What do we got? What we got so far, man? Or we want?
Well, let's start off with this fight last night.
Fight 3.
Yeah. Now, you talk about a trilogy, Hurt. Good gracious. Tyson.
Yeah, forget Star Wars. Forget Lord of the Rings. This. Fury, Wilder 3. But there was in Vegas. I don't know where it was.
I don't know where it was. I didn't watch it. I just woke up this morning and heard about it. Did you see anything or see any highlights of it? Anything? Tell me about it, man.
I saw highlights because it was in Vegas. There was tons of knockdowns. So it was a hotly contested fight that ended in the 11th round on a KO. And I think this is the last of the fights between the Gypsy King and Deontay Wilder, who, by the way, is probably one of the most quoted people on this show till this day. So I gotta give Dante that. But yeah, it was not TKO, a KO in the 11th round. Fury went down, and not Fury. Fury knocked Wilder down to get back up, but Fury got dropped twice in the same round. And Wilder looked out on his feet, but he kept getting back up. So I give that dude credit. Like he looked like he was out, and he just kept getting back up. In the 11th round, though, that last time he went down, that was it. But he looked like he was getting beat. Like you look at Tyson Fury, he got knocked down, but you can't really tell he was in a fight, even though he was. He took some shots, but Dante was getting that right. That was one right hand that I saw that hit Dante. Man, I swear it looked like it would have stopped a brick truck. Like you heard it. It's one of those like flush punches that you either see on TV or you hear about, or there's a fight where somebody just gets hit, and the dude fell down. He got back up for that one, but man, it was literally a flush right straight to the jaw.
Okay.
He got up for that. So the dude is a fighter. But this is the last one. But this this is what it is. And but it was people call it one of the best heavyweight fights of all time. So now see, the whole thing is, I'm because of Tyson. I probably, because Tyson was my guy. I haven't really gotten into boxing since then because to me there's too many belts, too many classes. It's just too much going on. I got into MMA for a while because that was exciting because I just wanted to see Conor McGregor lose for the most part. But when it comes to boxing, it's not my thing. But I think boxing is kind of having a little renaissance. And it's cool when all sports have something that people want to see. And people want to see it, and it lived up to its expectation.
Yeah, that's pretty cool when you have a fight, like you said, that actually lives up to the hype or lives up to the expectation. So that's cool. That's cool. Yeah, I heard it was really, really good. Maybe I have to go back and watch it,
Yeah, it said Fury landed 150 punches, more than twice as many as Wilder.
Good gracious.
Yeah, so...
Oof.
Yeah, it was a lot going on. Yeah, it was a good fight. So I'm glad people there got their money's worth, and it was that exciting of a game.
All right, man. Well, let's move on to baseball, man. We had the playoffs. Starting up.
Come on. Playoffs. All right, go ahead.
There you go. Yeah, man, we had the playoffs start off, and when we last had the podcast, we had a couple teams that still needed to win or get in. We had the 1-game playoff between the Yankees and the Sox. That obviously went to the Sox, and then we also had a 1-game playoff between the Giants and the Dodgers. And
that was the Dodgers and St. Louis.
I'm sorry, the Cardinals. Yeah.
You would get the NL one wrong. I think you did it on purpose. See how you did that?
That's the one I watched, right? So I watched it, but then I texted you, man, at like 10:47 or something.
Yeah. It was like at 10:47? It was the 6th inning, right? And then fifth.
It was the 5th when I texted.
Fifth. And then it was like 11 something. I turned to it. It was the 7th inning. I was like, I'm out. I ain't watching this anymore.
I was out, and I texted you like, "Hurt. This is why it's so like it was a great game, but dude, it was taking way too long. Like,
yeah, oh yeah.
And I like a pitcher's duel. I like good baseball, but come on, man, gosh, we just have to be resigned to the fact that baseball is just one of those sports. No matter what you do, it is what it is, dude. It is what it is. It's going to be 3+ hours long. It's going to be 4 hours long sometimes. I don't think there's anything you can really do with the baseball. There's no clock. There's no pitcher's clock. There's no innings clock. It is what it is. But man, when you get to the playoffs, things so intense. Everything's hinging on every pitch, and it just seems like the pitchers are taking so much longer, man, to deliver the ball. And it just took forever, man.
Now, my question to you is when you were a kid, did you watch these playoff games?
Yeah, I watched baseball playoffs. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Because I feel like I remember watching regardless of if my team was in it or not, because I just love watching baseball. As I've gotten older, I'm not watching anything. And I feel like even back then, maybe there wasn't this big time. I feel like the time zone thing is different now when I'm older. Because I still don't believe we had A's, I can't. Who whoever the A's would play in the Twins, right? I still don't think they had 10 o'clock or 9 o'clock baseball start times. I feel like I feel like those games were earlier.
Dude, they were on during the day. I remember.
And a lot were on during the day. Yeah.
There were a lot of games on during the day. They definitely weren't on this late. I don't remember. But I remember when I was younger. I remember like a lot of games being on during the day. Now that being said, there were a couple games that started. This round when there's like all these teams, there were some that started like before 7. I think there was some 4 o'clock starts in there. So
yeah, 4s and 7, but there wasn't like 9s or 10s or nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like sometimes I feel these games are just, even basketball. Like I know the Lakers, I know they want that prime time, or the Clippers or Phoenix, those, 10 o'clock playoff games and stuff. Listen, they're watching that. I'm not watching that. I'm not staying up for that. They have a doubleheader, but this is too late.
Yeah,
it's too late for me. So.
But I do, not that I want to apologize, but I will give credit to the Red Sox because I criticized them last week for having no heart because they lost 2 out of 3 to the Orioles when their playoff lives were on the line. But I give them credit because they took out the Yankees. I don't like the Red Sox, but I can't stand the Yankees. And I'm so glad they're out the playoffs. And at the end of the day, they only played one more game than the Orioles. By the way, I've said this before, but they got to get rid of this 1-game playoff thing. It's ridiculous.
Yep, I love it.
Yeah, of course you would, but
all right. So Sox, Rays tied 1-1.
Yep.
Who's winning that?
No, I got the Rays, man.
Okay, just due to their pitching and the fact that they won, they were the better team during the season, or what?
Yeah, I just think they're pitching, man. Although they had a lead, man. They had a lead in game 2, and then all heck broke loose. I don't know what happened.
Dude, 14-6. It was really like it was an old New England, Buccaneers game before Tom Brady. They just got 2 field goals on the board. That's all.
Yeah.
Man. So yeah, that's good. The next 2 games are at the Red Sox tonight and Monday and Wednesday. For game 5, it'll be in Tampa. So I got the Rays winning. I think it's going to go 5. These are divisional opponents as well. They know each other. They play each other all season. So I think it is one of those that's going to go back and forth. But I have the Rays winning that in 5.
All right.
Staying in the AL, we have the other Sox, the other color Sox, the white ones, facing everybody's favorite team, the Houston Astros. Houston's up 2-0. I think we kind of know where this is headed.
Yeah, it's a wrap, man.
Yeah, correct. Toss it up. Chicago is taking it.
Wait, what'd you say?
I think they'll just sweep them. They play them today.
Oh, okay.
So I think game 3 it's at Chicago, but I think Astros are sweeping them and going from there.
Okay.
In the NL, we have 2 teams who used to play in the same place, or one team used to play in the same place. We have Atlanta, who used to be Milwaukee, playing Milwaukee. And that series is tied 1-1. Of course, everybody knows I'm rooting for Milwaukee. There's no doubt in my mind. I think Milwaukee will win it in 5.
I'm taking the Brewers. Yeah, that sounds about right. 5. Yep.
And, of course, the big rivalry game out of the ones, we have the Giants and Dodgers. That's tied 1-1. Just great pitching here. Of course, I have to go for the Giants because everybody knows I hate the Dodgers.
Of course.
And this one's tougher. The Giants won the regular season by like 1 game, and they won the title. Not the title. They won the best record by like 1 game. But the Dodgers, like, they both won over 100 games. So this is probably the most evenly matched series. Again, this is going to go 5. I think that game 5 is at the Dodgers. Depends on who. It's at the Giants. Depends on who's pitching for both teams. But I think my heart's going to stay in San Francisco. I'm going to go for the Dodgers.
Yeah.
The Dodgers, the Giants. And I think the Giants are going to win in 5. But the Dodgers are good. And and it's just because they're playing the Giants. I think the Dodgers playing anybody else, the Dodgers are gonna win. But I think because the Giants know them, I think they might have that advantage.
Yeah, I'm going Dodgers here.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, but tied 1-1. I mean, it's gonna be. It's not gonna be easy. That's for sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, but like you said, those playing games were like I said, the Yankees losing. Because it's cool that you make the playoffs, you play. To me, I like the fact that it's one and done because it's not drawn out. You're in there, you make it, you got to win that game, and you put your best pitchers out there. And if your best pitcher gets rocked, that's what happens. And of course, being a Mets fan, I'm fine with the Yankees going because it feels like it felt so incomplete for them. Like, oh, we made the playoffs. Oh, we're home. It just, you know what I mean? Like it just felt. That just felt good. Like, all right, guys, you're like you said, it's just like you played one more game than us. And yes, on your resume it says playoffs, but yeah, you didn't make the dance really, homie.
Nah, you can't have an 162 game schedule and play one game to determine the play. It especially makes no sense in a sport where it's comprised of series. So the sport is comprised of 3 and 4 game series. So you should have a 3-game series determine who goes to the next round. You'll have just as much drama as you would in a one game, and it's more fair. It's fair.
Yeah, well, but still, I think I give those other because it is a sport of what's the word I'm looking for? Like a game of routine. That's a lot of days off for teams. And when a lot of teams, because baseball is an everyday sport almost, except for a travel day. Even when you're going east to west or west to east, having a 3-game series is a long time for teams to wait for another team. So, I like the one if they made it a little bit longer. Would I watch?
It's 2 additional games.
It'd be 3. You said a 3-game series. It could be 3.
Right. So they play 1 right now. So all you're doing is adding 2.
Yeah, 1, and then like the next day you're traveling to where you're going.
No.
So, but
No. You're not traveling. You're staying. It's like a normal series in baseball. You go to a stadium.
No. I mean, like once it's over, it's still a travel day to go wherever to your opponent. But I'm saying the other teams aren't doing anything; they're sitting there. Because how there's only the All-Star break. Really, this is the longest break any team has, right?
So your point is you're worried about other teams who will automatically go into the next round have to sit?
Yeah, because they're ready. I mean, because it's like a break in that routine for them.
Okay, but why are you worried about what the
winner?
winner?
I'm worried about teams that didn't win their division. This is what the wild card is.
If anything, those pitchers get more of an advantage because they get to rest their pitchers. You know what I'm saying?
But the hitters are off. I get that, but
it's only 2 games, man. It's not. They're not.
But you use a 3-game series. You're saying it's only 2 games. It's more than that.
No. It is not. You're adding. What I'm saying is you're adding 2 more days, 2 calendar days to the schedule. A team is not going to be thrown off by sitting an additional two games. I'm sorry. I'm not buying that one.
No, so the season ends on Sunday. They play that next game. That wild card game starts on Tuesday.
No, they can start it on Monday. Just like
you can change it to the so you play Sunday, and then I guess they do the wild card by who has the best record.
Right. However they want to do it. You go.
So then the second wild card, wherever it is, would fly to Seattle from Seattle from.
It's like they do any other time during the season.
But usually, but that's what I'm saying. Usually, when you're going from west to east or east to west, you have a travel day. You don't really just fly into, like if the Mets are playing the Dodgers after playing the Marlins. You're not going from Miami and playing the Dodgers that night.
So, that just goes. Okay, I kind of get what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I get what you're saying too.
Yeah, all right. Okay. I guess you would need a built-in travel day. Yeah. You would need a built-in travel day. I give you that. But either way, it's still it's still an additional 2 because the travel day is already in the schedule anyway. All I'm saying is it's an additional 2 days.
I
It's
still
not
don't know
going
where
to
you
get
get 2 days.
because you're instead of a 1-game series, you have a 3-game series. So it's an additional 2 days. What don't you understand? Like I don't understand why don't
Yeah, and another travel day problem.
But the travel days the travel days already built in. You're gonna have a travel day anyway built in.
Okay, so all right. So the season's over Sunday, right? So that Monday you want to start wherever it is that the team has to go to.
Right.
Okay. See that's to me because of how they did it because they had that Monday off to go wherever they needed to go.
Yeah.
So the Cardinals flew to Los Angeles and the Yankees went to Boston. You know what I mean? From wherever they played their last game from. So, if you have it, if all those games on Sunday are like 1:00 games, then you know what I mean? Like, there's no 8:00 game where you're sitting there and you're trying to get into the playoffs and it's over at like 12 and you got to get on a plane and go to Seattle or something. You know what I mean? I just feel like at that point, that's a real big disadvantage. But so they usually give off that Monday. So in my head, you have off Monday, then are the 3 games going to be at one stadium?
Yeah, of course. Just like any other baseball series.
Yeah. So then Monday to me was a travel day. Then say if it does go 3 days, that's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday.
Right.
You got to fly out, Friday, and they may add that a travel day, and the series starts, Saturday. That's like a whole 5 days, 6 days of just chilling for a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
To me, that's a lot for baseball teams that aren't used to sitting around. So.
Yeah, but when did the Dodgers play their first game? I mean the Giants.
What do you mean?
Against when did the Giants play it?
When they start playing the Dodgers? I
think when was game 1? When was game 1?
Thursday, maybe.
Yeah, so like I said, you're adding 2 additional games. Yeah, but anyway, it is what it is.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
Yeah, because we spent way too much time on that.
Yeah. All right.
But that's what we
do. All right, college football, man. I need you to give me a college football recap. I only know what happened in 2 games. They were Big Ten games, one of which we're not going to speak of. 2 teams wearing red. It was definitely a bloodbath in that game. But I'm not going to talk about it.
No, I will. Don't worry.
But I know there was number 3 versus number 5, Penn State versus Iowa yesterday, and Iowa prevailed.
Yeah, well, Penn State lost their quarterback. Penn State was winning for the majority of that game. The quarterback got knocked out, and then once that happened, Iowa gained that momentum, and because they were down 20-13 in the fourth quarter, and Penn State couldn't move the ball because they lost their quarterback, and Iowa came back and won 23-20.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay,
so,
I didn't know.
But I think Penn State had that game. Penn State, if they kept up, their defense and Iowa's defense are both real. Those are 2 tough teams. I think it's just a tough loss for Penn State. But Penn State controlled that game.
Wow.
Penn State controlled that game. So that one. But forget all that. I know you want to start with the Big Ten. No one cares about the Big Ten. Okay. We have to talk about the upset of the day.
Oh, what happened?
You want to talk about Deontay Wilder and Tyson Fury? I give you. I mean, it's just this is why I love college football. I know people don't get it. I think I was on the phone yesterday, and I don't know if it was at 12 o'clock. 12 o'clock it was the State Fair of Texas in Dallas. So, of course, it was the Red River Rivalry, which is really hard to say really fast. Or the showdown, whatever they want to call it now, between Texas and Oklahoma. That game was freaking fantastic.
Okay.
They scored the most points ever in the history of that series.
Really?
Yes. It was nonstop, total nonstop action. That game ended up 55-48 Oklahoma.
Wow. Okay.
And it was just this back and forth. It was a slug after. And Texas had a 21-point lead. They were killing Oklahoma. That game starts at noon. It's so, man, there's nothing like college football. It was just all these great. let's think about. Let's just go. So we'll start off with Texas, Oklahoma, noon. That's the only reason I would ever go to Dallas is to see this game. I'm not going there with any other and the state fair. I mean, who wouldn't want to go get funky? So yeah. So Texas, Oklahoma, awesome. 55-48. Number 3 and number 4, and that was 6-21. The rankings. Iowa at home over Penn State 23-20. That was exciting. Michigan on the road. Nebraska's defense have stepped it up. That game was close, 32-29 Michigan.
Oh, wow.
Road in Nebraska. That game was insane. BYU was upset at home by really a lackluster Boise State team this year.
Oh.
But they lost at home. They were in the top 10. They lost 26-17. Ole Miss and Arkansas. Oh my God, that game was crazy. That came down to a 2-point conversion. So Arkansas scored the touchdown. Instead of kicking the extra point, they went for the win and lost. 52-51. Notre Dame went into Lane Stadium. Enter Sandman down in Blacksburg, Virginia against Virginia Tech. Barely came out with 32-29 victory.
Wow. Okay.
Wake Forest, the only ACC team that's ranked, went on the road. Barely got past Syracuse 40-37. Right here in Maryland, SMU came over to Navy. Tough game, back and forth game. SMU escapes. They're ranked 24, 31-24 over Navy, which we still got to go to a game.
Yes, we got to go to a Navy game.
Oh, man. Towson won yesterday. I'm happy with that. Kentucky, who's continuing their hot start at 6-0, beat LSU 42-21.
Okay.
Florida beat Vanderbilt because everybody beats Vanderbilt, so we don't care about that one. Michigan State over Rutgers. Let's see who else we got that was good here. Georgia beat Auburn in the oldest rivalry in the South, 34-10. And I haven't even got to the best game yet. Of course, Ohio State played. They won. And Arizona State won on Friday. Cincinnati won on Friday. Coastal Carolina won on Thursday. But the game of the day.
Okay.
Texas A&M upset number 1 Alabama.
You know what's crazy? I started to put that game on. I started to put it on. And I was like, nah.
So number 1 Alabama fell at College Station. No, Kentucky didn't upset. Kentucky won. Jay, Kentucky's actually the better team. They're ranked. LSU isn't. So really wasn't an upset for Kentucky winning. And Kentucky beat Florida a couple weeks ago too. So Kentucky actually, with Mark Stoops, has a really good team. They usually have an okay team. They have a really good team. But Texas A&M beating Alabama. This is the first time Nick Saban has lost to one of his old assistants, which happens to be Jimbo Fisher, who, of course, not a fan of anymore after he left Florida State.
Right.
But it was, man, this game was back and forth. It came down to a field goal with 2 seconds left, and he nailed it. Yeah, LSU has fallen off that bad. I mean, LSU got killed on the road at UCLA, Jay. So, yeah, they're not the same LSU team. They have a lot of injuries. They're just not. They're not the same team that they – think about it. They went to Kentucky and got blown out. So, that showed you. They're 3-3 right now. 1-2 in the SEC is LSU.
With all the talent they lost just last year, you know.
Yeah, they usually lose a lot of big time, and also not to discount number 25 San Diego State, who did beat Towson, beat New Mexico 31-7. So
wow, okay,
yeah, man, I'm telling you, it's nothing. I'm sorry, the NFL can't do this for me. It can't. This is nonstop from noon till midnight. Is Saturday. There's nothing like. Let's listen to the scores. Just dude, only most of these games are on at the same time. So I'm just This is all it is. That ACC network, Big Ten network, ESPN 1 through 8. You know, CBS, NBC, ABC, all got games on. Fox Sports Network. There's nothing like college football, especially on a weekend like this. It wasn't like you couldn't turn to a boring game. You couldn't find one. And so it was all exciting. I love college football. This is great. We're gonna have a new number one next week, which is gonna be, or today was probably gonna be Georgia.
Georgia, yeah.
Yeah, so it's Georgia 1, probably Iowa 2, Alabama will probably go to like 4 or something.
Okay.
So yeah. But hey, you know what? Cincinnati could move to number 4.
I was
below that.
I was going to ask you where were they ranked. Okay.
Yeah, Cincinnati's number 5 right now.
Okay.
So probably this morning they could move a little bit higher. But
where's Maryland ranked?
So Towson, we won our second game yesterday, so we're 2-4, which is good.
Okay.
Yeah, let's listen. I have no issues. I mean, I don't hate the Terps or anything. But when it comes to football, it's going to be tough for them to survive football-wise in that conference. They can win in basketball with men's and women's, honestly, because they always have great programs, and I think those two programs can compete wherever they decide to compete at. But when it comes to, the football, Ohio States and Michigans of the world will always be numero uno there. It's gonna take a lot for Maryland to be.
I just want to be competitive, man. I just want to be competitive. That's all.
And Florida State won their second game also.
Man.
And also, and if the ACC commissioner is listening, I forgot his name. But I want to make a trade, and I hope everybody. It's a fair trade. So Florida State's in the Atlantic Coastal Conference of the ACC. Is the Atlantic and the Coastal. I want to make a trade. I want to trade Florida State over to the Coastal, and the Coastal can take Miami. I think it's fair. We're in the same state. This way, because our 2 wins came against Coastal teams, I think we'll do better against Pittsburgh. We'll do better against North Carolina. So for some reason, North Carolina can never beat us, no matter how good they are. Vito. Dude, you don't want to play Clemson every year? What's wrong with that? You don't want to play Wake Forest and NC State every year? Listen, it would be good ratings. Your team would do well over there. I think we'll do better. I just think they need to mix it up a little bit. So, yeah, we'll take the Coastal. You go to the Atlantic. I would love to play the Pitt Panthers every year. That's fun. So, yeah, that's what I want to do, just to see what happens. Let's see what happens.
All right.
Veto. I can't believe you vetoed that already. Duke and VTech. Yeah. Duke and VTech every year. Yeah, that's a fair trade. Duke and VTech is basically playing Clemson and, Louisville and Wake Forest every year, right? That's the same thing. So, I don't see what the problem is. I'll take that. So, yeah, man, college football is Saturdays are just fantastic. That's all. You see, I feel like I'm good.
I know, man. You got so excited, man, just talking about college football.
Good. Like football, college football is so freaking fantastic. I it's. I mean, all day. It started at noon. Like you're at the state fair in Dallas, Texas. One half is red, one half is orange, and they go for 55-48, man. You can't beat that. And then you go after that and you get some corn dogs. You get some. Oh gosh, what's my favorite thing? Funnel cake. Thank you. Funnel cake, the red velvet or not. Probably some deep fried Twinkies. And now I'm not a deep fried Oreos fan, so they can keep that. But yeah, deep fried Pop-Tarts, deep fried bacon, deep fried butter, which I still don't understand how that works. And I don't know why anybody would want that either. It's another thing. Still, there's nothing like it.
All right, man. Well, there's nothing like the.
You know what? Thank you everybody for tuning in. That's all. We're ending the show.
Yeah. Okay.
What else we got?
There's nothing like the NFL, man. There's nothing like the NFL.
Yeah.
And you know who someone else who might like college more than the NFL hurt? That's your boy Urban Meyer, because I don't think he's gonna be there for too much longer, yo. I don't understand what's up with your boy Urban, man. Some stuff came out this week where he was in his bar he owns. There's some video.
Oh, he owns the bar.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know he actually owned the bar that he was canoodling.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, he's there with video comes out. He's there with a female that's kind of dancing all up on him. Then there's another video that
That was
shows
his wife.
no. This no.
Oh, so stock photo, random female dancing on
Yeah, I
said
mean,
coach.
yeah, something like that. But then there's another video of him actually touching a bunch of stuff going on, man. Just like Urban, what are you doing? But then what got me, and I think I can't remember if you told me this or someone else did, was that after the game he stayed behind. He stayed behind in Ohio. He didn't even go back to Jacksonville with the team. What? Yeah, what is going on here, man? This guy's. How do you just leave your team after a tough loss? You know what I'm saying? They almost lost this game. I mean, they should have won this game. It's a tough loss. You don't take the team playing back to your team to Jacksonville. You're staying behind. And I get it. You got 10 games. You know what I'm saying? I mean, 10 days in between games and everything. But come on, man. You're the head coach. You're the guy. You're the leader of the team. You don't stay behind. You know what I mean?
I put it like this. In this house, even Frankie back here, Frankie doesn't even like him. So, right, Frankie? Yeah. So, I'm how can I put this? It's hard for me in certain instances that I'm biased against certain coaches. Most of them coach the University of Florida. To be honest with you. There's not too many. I just feel. I always felt when he went to Florida, because I knew he was the head coach at Utah. I didn't really know who he was. I know he was an assistant before then at Notre Dame, and I know he's from the Midwest. I don't know him. I can only go by how I feel like he coaches or who he is when he coaches. Because again, or some of his press conference, because I don't personally know him, so we can only get judgments from people to see how they handle situations, right? So I always felt when he talks as someone who's not genuine. It just always felt that way to me. And again, it could be because of my bias of any person who coaches the University of Florida, because I feel like they're all the same in that same vein. But I never got, except for Ron Zook, I love Ron Zook. I never felt like even when he went to Ohio State, I felt like he was the same person. Almost, not saying entitled or something. I don't even. I mean, he won championships. It's not like he can't say he didn't win stuff. He did. So he earned the right to feel a certain way about himself, I guess. But I don't know. I was never a big fan of his. This doesn't surprise me at all. I feel like he was always a tad bit self-centered. And no matter how many times I feel or how many people talk about Nick Saban or whatever, Nick Saban ain't never done nothing anywhere close to anything like this. And all Nick Saban does is he wakes up, does Aflac commercials, and win football games. Well, except for yesterday. Except for yesterday. That's it. He doesn't have. There's no controversies. There's There's not too many bad things that occur around people like that. Even and now he's in the pros. There's nothing. I don't know how many controversies with Belichick. Or a lot of other head coaches. I mean, had that little out the field ones with Belichick.
Oh, I was about to say.
Yeah, like off the field.
No.
Yeah, he's just usually chilling with his dog. So, I don't know why they decided to pick him as a coach. I think they just wanted a new start, maybe just someone who they thought, would handle this new team and also get some buzz in there. He's a name, kind of like a brand, and he's never coached in the NFL before. So I kind of get it. And the team has been playing better in recent weeks. But this is to me, it is who I thought he was.
So my question to you is, will he make it through the full year?
Yeah, unless he does something dumb again. But I think he's gonna. I think because the cons, I only know them because they own AEW. That's number one. But number two, they also own Fulham Football Club in England, and they stick with their coaches. So, Yeah, well, yes, because there's a track record. Yes, Daggy. Former University of Florida coaches cannot coach an NFL, i.e., Steve Spurrier. Especially when you have no NFL experience, none. So, yeah, it again, this doesn't surprise me, but they're a patient franchise. Is what I'm trying to say. Okay. I think they'll go through the season and reevaluate everything. Or unless it comes to the point where the players on the field, if you see the level of play on the field, like where the team's like, you know what, we can't even trust this dude. This dude didn't do this. Then that's a whole different story. But those players have to really turn on him in order for him. Like if he lost that locker room, then yes, he's probably not gonna go through the season. So I guess we just have to wait and see.
Okay.
But they're usually a patient owners.
Okay. I don't think he's making it. I disagree. I don't think he's making it out. I don't think he's going to make it through a full season, but we'll see. We'll see. All right, man. Let's go over our games last week, man. Week 4 in the NFL. Were there any surprises, any standout games from last week? And how did you like the Tom Brady Bowl last week?
Well, that game was boring, honestly. Well, last week I heard that we our picks weren't as good as our guests, by the way. So, so that there goes that. That and I believe they were talking trash to you. So, these teenagers, man, that's just what they do. But yeah, so last week, any big surprises last week? Okay,
well, I think the biggest surprise from last week were the Ravens taking a play with instead of taking a knee, they actually tried to get the NFL rushing record, 43.
You're trying to tie it, right?
Yeah.
It wasn't even them going for it. To me, it's who they went for it with. That's my every game. Listen, it's a lot of good games last week. Chargers, Raiders, I think was good, and the Chargers defeated the Raiders. Seahawks, 49ers was good, but we'll get to that Thursday night game for the Seahawks because that changed their season. Cardinals beat the Rams, and they beat them.
Yeah.
And it's funny how that conference people have different teams' numbers, and it is what it is. It just Chiefs over the Andy Reid Bowl, Chiefs over the Eagles. The Jets with their first Tennessee looks horrible.
Yeah, that to me, that was
know who they are.
Yeah, I mean they were in control of that game. Let the Jets come back. I mean that was ridiculous. Jets winning in overtime.
Yeah, and speaking of Jets, the Giants win in overtime. So both New Jersey teams win in overtime. I still don't know how the Giants beat this. I really thought the Saints would go into that game with momentum.
Yeah, I don't get it.
And I really hope that lack of momentum continues today for the Saints. A defensive specialist game between Browns Vikings. I don't know what that was. That was really the Cleveland Guardians against the Twins. Colts Dolphins. Sorry, Diggy.
Come on, Dolphins.
They got to do better. I feel like they need to be a little bit more explosive on offense. They're just boring at this point.
Yeah.
Bears over Lions. Everybody saw that. Bills over Texans. Washington with one of the best plays. Tyler Heineke going down to the ATL, taking on Little John, taking on Jeezy, taking on Chris Cross, Jermaine Dupri, Gucci, Outcast, and coming out with a win, 34-30 over the Falcons. So that was pretty cool. And of course, the new probably team headed to the Super Bowl after a convincing win over a team who didn't play anybody but was undefeated. And are probably Super Bowl favorites. Of course, we're talking about the Dallas Cowboys beating Panthers.
Super Bowl favorites, Dallas Cowboys. Oh, my gosh. Did those words just come out of your mouth?
Oh, yeah, because, they beat an undefeated team. So might as well just put them in the Super Bowl. I'm sure that's what Michael Irvin said. So just I mean, because they've been there before, right? Recently.
Oh gosh, yeah, we need that. I like Dak Prescott, but I need Dallas to lose. I can't deal with the Dallas. I can't deal with Dallas being good and the media fawning all over them, man.
Even when they're bad, they're in the front of the media. It doesn't matter what they are. Carolina literally played nobody this season. And Dallas is the toughest team they played, and they lost. But then that 3-0 non-McCaffrey having team, right, with a quarterback that was jettisoned from the Jets, who was one of the team they beat, the Carolina, to get the 3-0. Stop it. I'm gonna stop talking to him. I'm not talking to you anymore. You're not. You know what? You're not coming on the show. You're banned. You're banned from the show. They're not serious. What? They're not serious anything until they beat good teams. You know what? Let me see when they play the Chiefs.
Didn't they beat the Chargers?
Well, the Chargers should have won that game. They really should have won that game.
Well, they still beat them.
But I mean, don't get me wrong. It's the final score at the end of the day, right? So you only play who's on your schedule. So I'm not knocking that win, but they controlled that game. Honestly, I really feel like. But again, we're talking about the Cowboys here. Okay. It's 4 games in the season, and like the whole MVP talk and all these other things irk my whole soul. This is the one team that's going to win the Super Bowl now. That's how they are with them. 3-1. Are we? Literally, it's a 17-game season this year, right?
Right. We still got 14 games left, man.
14.
Oh,
13 games left, and we're talking about MVPs and are these serious Super Bowl contenders, almost as horseshoes and hand grenades. Yeah. Jaden, Dagnabbit, don't get me started.
Oh. All right. Well,
put that back up there.
All right. Well, look, let's talk about this week.
All right. Well, the big story this week happened on Thursday already. And
did you watch that game by any chance?
Oh yeah, I watched it.
So it was crazy because both QBs injured their fingers in that game.
Yeah, but one was worse than the other.
Yeah, dude. All I know is I saw Russell Wilson's finger, and it was sideways. It was.
It wasn't even like it was sideways. It was okay. So I again, nowhere near the same. A football between the ground, hit the ground and hit my finger and bit my finger back, right? So this part of my finger was up here, right? So I at least got to pull it back to straighten it out. So there was no tendon damage. He couldn't straighten out his finger.
Yeah.
His tendon was, his finger stayed like this on his throwing hand. And you know why that happened?
It was dislocated.
No. But it wasn't even that. It was Aaron Donald. His hand hit Aaron Donald. He didn't hit a normal human. He didn't hit the ground, something that would give way.
Right.
You know, he didn't hit pavement. He hit Aaron Donald's arm. That's like running into the Thing from the Fantastic Four. You know what I'm saying? So that's why his finger didn't go back. I mean, because he hit Aaron Donald. And he's out now 4 to 6 weeks. He's going to have surgery on it because he can't straighten his hand. By the way, I don't know because he's Russ. And Russ is a little bit nerdy, and I'm a little bit nerdy, so I kind of like it. I did not know his Twitter handle was Dangerous.
Yeah.
I had no idea.
Yeah.
Which I think is a little clever, so I'll give him that. Aaron Donald. Yeah.
Wow.
A beast.
Dang. But yeah, Iggy's right, yo. Aaron Donald's arm is made out of brick, yo.
He is a brick. That's why he's the Thing. He's the Thing for the Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
Did you see the video of him get blocked by 2 people?
Yeah.
It's like, yo.
That's crazy.
The dude is outer worldly, man. Outer world. So, but so the Seahawks end up losing that game to the Rams, 26, 17, because your boy had to come in. Gino came in.
Yeah. He actually played well, man.
Yeah, he did all right. We'll see how they do next week. Matthew Stafford bounced back from that Cardinals game. The whole team bounced back from that Cardinals game, honestly.
Yeah.
To do well against the Seahawks and go to 4-1.
Yeah.
So, and Seahawks go to 2-3 and then get there without Russell for at least a month.
Yeah.
All right. So what we got for today, man?
All right, man. Let's do our picks for today's games. Okay. And
you started off. I did last week. You do this week.
All right, we're going to start off with the Jets at Falcons, which actually start in 13 minutes. Heard they're out in jolly old London in Tottenham Hotspur Stadium. Who you got, Hurt?
Well, if you've ever seen that stadium, it's shaped like a toilet. And this is a game that should be in a toilet bowl. So that's perfect. The Jets coming off getting their first win last week. Falcons losing another one of the close game at home after winning the week before. This game doesn't deserve to be on any television, but it deserves to be at that stadium. I'm going to go with the Falcons.
I'm taking the Jets.
And they got momentum. So you know what? I just need fantasy wise. I need that tight end to do something. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll just have the Falcons.
I just don't have any faith in the Falcons.
Nor should you.
The Jets.
Yeah, nor should you.
All right. Green Bay is at Cincinnati, man. This is a huge game for Cincy, man. If they could pull this out, who you got?
This is at Cincinnati. You know, Aaron Rodgers is playing this game, so you know who I'm picking.
Right.
Obviously, I'm definitely picking the Bengals.
Oh,
I'm picking the Bengals. I don't know what's in the water in Cincinnati. I don't know why I feel like this is like a trap game for the Packers. I don't know why I feel the way I'm feeling. Because the Packers had the best player in the history of life for me, of course, in Aaron Rodgers. But I just don't know the Bengals. I just feel like this is one of those weird football games that's going to happen. And the Bengals will just end up winning somehow. Even though Green Bay should win, the Bengals are no joke to me. So I have the Bengals.
Okay, upset alert. Okay, well, both of y'all I think are wrong. I think Green Bay. Look, Green Bay's. I mean, the Bengals.
I'm going for a Green Bay, of course.
But. Yeah. Oh, I know that. Look, the Bengals defense has gotten better, but I don't think they're going to have an answer for Aaron Rodgers today. So, of course, I'm going with your boy and the Packers.
And also, real quick, too, this could be Aaron Rodgers' last season with the Packers. Someone suggested if he became a free agent, right, and he signed with the Dolphins, would I then buy season tickets to the Dolphins?
Come on. Absolutely not. Look, if Aaron Rodgers somehow became the QB of the Ravens and you could go to every game, you still wouldn't buy season tickets.
Okay, first of all, that's not upset my stomach this early. That's God. You want to talk about where I would never want him to go? Baltimore and Dallas.
Yeah.
God,
you don't got to. Well,
I don't want to worry about him coming here. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
But dude, but no, if Aaron Rodgers if he ever signed with Miami, I'm buying season tickets. Why? Because it's just cheaper.
And you get the tailgate every Sunday in Miami.
And dude, can you imagine? Oh my God, Aaron Rodgers! You know I love going down there anyway. Aaron Rodgers!
Wow,
dude! I'm telling you, I would definitely support Aaron Rodgers. But that's another lifetime. All right, We got Vikings Lions. Who you got?
I am taking the Vikings.
Yeah, you have to, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the Lions are going to win a game one day. It's just not against the Vikings, who, with their great quarterback play, I know I keep killing this guy. I know. But they're 1-3. I think Zimmer done after this season anyway. If he lasts the season. But something's got to change in Minnesota. But I think the Vikings are going to win this game.
All right. Well, what about the Broncos at Steelers, sir?
This is such a weird game for me. I don't know who's quarterbacking for Denver. Is it Drew Lock? Is he, or is Teddy okay? If I think Pittsburgh's winning this game. Period. I'm just going to say Pittsburgh. I mean, they're not going to 1-4. I think they're going.
Yeah, I don't care who's quarterbacking. I see the Steelers winning this game. So, all right, in Tampa, we got the Battle of Florida. We have the Miami Dolphins versus the world champs, Tampa Bay Bucks.
I think this game will be closer than what people think it's going to be, but Tampa's winning.
Yeah, I got Tampa winning this one. But I totally agree with your assessment. I think it's going to be a lot closer. This is the game I'm struggling with. The Saints are at Washington. A battle of 2-2 teams. Where do you see this one going, Hurt?
I don't know what Saint team's going to show up. If it's a Saint team from week 1 and week 4, Washington's going to win this game. But if it's the Washington team from like week, 2, or us giving up all those points, then we're not going to win this game. The good thing is we're playing at the horrible turf of FedEx Field, so that should slow the Saints down a little bit. These are games usually Washington loses, and depends on, and it really just depends on how Tyler Heinicke plays. So I don't know. Usually Washington loses these games, so I say Saints win this one.
I'm going with Washington.
Okay.
Like you said, I just don't know what Saints team you're going to get, and I don't have any faith in Jameis. He'll give you a good game, but he'll also throw a bad one there. He'll throw a bad one time and again. So I'm going Washington since they're at home.
Right.
The Eagles and the Panthers. Who do you like in this one?
Well, I don't like the Eagles, obviously, but I think the Eagles are going to win this game.
Me too.
I'm going to go with the Eagles.
I think the Eagles got a little something for the Panthers today. So, all right, the Titans and the Jags.
Ooh, this is exciting. Due to what happened this past week, I'm thinking the Titans are actually going to win this game, even though they're horrible. I just think there's a lot of stuff going on in Jacksonville. I think answering Jane's question. You want to put that up there real quick?
Oh, I missed it. Let's see.
I think sometimes Jameis Winston loses the rhythm of the team. From some of the games I watched, when Jameis is on, he can hit those long balls like nobody's business, and adding in Tyson Hill kind of gives them a little different look. So I think they're just trying because they didn't. I don't think they drafted a QB. And again, I think after having Drew Brees, like losing Tom Brady, you're in a flux mode, and no flux capacitors here, okay? But we're in like a flux mode, and they're just trying whatever it is to try to win. Like Tyson Hill will be playing today in Washington, and I bet you he will throw like 3 passes. It's gonna happen. But that's just how Sean, he's just trying something new. I mean, he has carte blanche. Like that's a team that's never gonna get rid of a coach. Like that dude is like a lifer there, so he can try whatever he wants. At this point, I probably just try it too.
Tyson,
so, I got. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Well, wait, Jameson's still starting, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, because Taysom Hill is not a starting QB.
No, but he can throw a couple passes. I mean, that's fine.
Yeah,
he can. It's like every year. How many passes does? Oh gosh, what's his name? I hate when I do this. The wide receiver for Cleveland, not Odell, the other guy.
Jarvis Landry?
Yeah, Jarvis Landry usually has 3 or 4 passes every year.
Yeah.
Like they do like a trick play, and he's got left-handed, and he's pretty good. He's
yeah, he can throw it. Yeah.
Yeah, this is people just do that. They just put in their game plan. All right. So we both got Tennessee?
Yep.
All right.
Barely, though. I feel like Jacksonville could win this game, but nah, I think Jacksonville's going to score points, but I think their defense is not going to be able to contain Tennessee today. The Patriots at the Texans.
I got the Patriots winning. Texans are just straight trash.
Yeah,
their color schemes are too similar, and usually the Patriots. Patriots.
All right. The Bears are at the Raiders.
The Bears at the Raiders. Justin Fields starting out there. The Raiders, again, I feel like this is going to be a really close game, but I feel like the Raiders are going to win this game.
Yeah, same here. I think it's going to be close, but I think the Raiders are going to pull it out, especially being at home. If this was at Chicago, I would actually pick the Bears. This is probably going to be one of the best games of today, man. The Browns at the Chargers, man.
I got the Chargers.
Yeah.
I got the Chargers winning. I love Justin Herbert. He's probably the one duck quarterback since Dan Fouts. I think everybody can believe in. Sorry, all respect to Joey Harrington and Akili Smith, but I feel it's funny. I could bring those names up, but I'll forget somebody who's like playing today. But yeah, I believe in Justin Herbert, man, and I believe the team believes in him. And Cleveland, I know. I think I forgot his name. Quarterback for the Browns.
Baker Mayfield.
Thank you. See, I named you 4 Oregon quarterbacks, but forgot Baker's name that quickly. So I think Baker is struggling for injury. So I'm not sure if he's going to be 100%, but I think the Chargers are.
Okay. Giants at the Cowboys hurt.
I got Giants.
I'm taking the Cowboys at home. The 49ers at the Cardinals.
The Cardinals are going to have to lose sometime, but I don't think it's going to be today. I got the Cardinals winning at home in their division. And I think at this point, they would have beat everybody in the division at least once if they win this game. So I got the Cardinals over the 49ers.
I'm taking the 49ers.
It'll be close, though.
Yeah, I'm taking the 49ers this game. And
okay.
yeah,
but Garoppolo's not playing. So it's going to be.
Trey Lance is starting.
Yeah.
Yep.
So you think in his first start, he's going to beat?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
Is he going to beat 101? I mean, come on. He's 101. He's your leading MVP candidate.
Stop.
I mean, Kyler Murray, man, come on, dog.
No, he's playing awesome. Yeah. Kyler Murray's playing awesome. DJ, to answer your question, to respond to your statement, Baker is inconsistent. Like I said, I feel like he's the weak link of the team. I mean, that team's going to go as far as Baker goes. So
yeah, but let me tell you, but in all honesty, Jay, his commercial game is strong. So Baker has some good commercials. So I'll give him that.
All right. The Sunday night game, the marquee game of the week, another one, the Bills at Chiefs, man. We got 3-1 Bills at the 2-2 Chiefs.
This game is straight fire. Like, I can't wait to watch this game. Wow. Two good quarterbacks. 2 young, good quarterbacks who could be doing this for years against each other in playoff games and stuff. I think Kansas City is going to be a tad bit rowdy. They're not putting anybody through tables, though. But I think the Chiefs are going to win this game.
I'm taking the Chiefs, man. Chiefs at home, yeah, all day.
Yeah, I'm taking the Chiefs. Again, I feel like this is going to be a real competitive game, but I think the Chiefs are going to win this one.
Yeah. And we already talked about this, but to the surprise of neither one of us, the Rams beat the Seahawks. Like I said, for whatever reason, the Rams are the thorn in the Seahawks side, and we already talked about the injuries. Well, really, the injury to Russell Wilson. All right, man. Monday night, last game of the week, here at the Bank M&T Stadium.
Last game of week 5.
Yes, week 5. We got the Colts at the Ravens. Who you got, man?
Yeah, I got the second Baltimore team over the first
one. Okay. Yeah, I think the Ravens should win this one, being at home. It's going to be tough.
All these primetime games. Wow.
Yeah.
Shocking. I don't hear any complaining this year, thank goodness, for the first time in history.
Well, because they finally scheduled us the way we should be scheduled. And at the end of the day, people love Lamar. They want to see Lamar play. He brings.
They love Lamar, but they like to see him play.
Well, look, the Monday. All you gotta do is look at the ratings, man. The Monday night ratings against the Raiders and the Monday night ratings against the Chiefs.
Well, don't you think the Monday night ratings are just good anyway? Because
No. They were the highest, dude. They were the highest.
That was the first Monday night game of the season. So that
okay, but they were the highest they've been in like 4 years.
Okay. They
weren't coming to see Derek Carr.
They were coming to see the new stadium. Come on now. I mean, everybody wants
because that's why people watch
stadium.
Right, that's why people watch football games to see the stadiums. Right.
All
right.
I thought you knew that.
Yeah. Okay.
Who doesn't want to go see Paul Brown Stadium? I mean, come on now. I mean, I know when I go on and I watch Red Zone, I can't wait till they show a whole full picture of FedEx. They get me going. It hits me right here.
All right. Real quick. Who's the Thursday?
Buccaneers at the Eagles.
You know what? I'm gonna take the Eagles that game.
Oh, wow. Okay. Well, since I took the Eagles this past game, I'm taking the Buccaneers in this one. It's tricky. I don't think Jalen Hurts oh wow, look at this. Oh, good. Washington has to win today because they're definitely not winning next week. So I just looked at that game. That's not gonna be good. Yeah, all right. So yeah, I'm taking Buccaneers.
Okay. All right, man. Well, that's all we have today for sports, man.
Wow, this is crazy.
That's all we have today. But we're right now going to continue our top 10 lists. We've been doing various top 10 lists for the past couple of weeks. And we're sticking with the decade that's near and dear to our hearts because we grew up as kids in this decade, the 80s. You know, we both love the 80s. We love TV shows. We love the music. We love the commercials. Love the theme songs. Like, there's so much about the 80s we love. But this week we're going to talk about our top 10 movies of the 80s. But with a caveat, we did our top 50 movie list, and we had a lot of movies from the 80s on that list. So we're excluding those movies that we already talked about.
Yeah, we're excluding definitely a lot of those movies. We're trying to do. We don't want to because that would just be that list over again.
Right, exactly.
Yeah, so we are changing up it. We're going to mention the movies in the 80s that we still definitely really enjoyed, but just didn't make that list before. So these are our different top 10 movies for the 80s, or the alternate list, I should say. Yeah. But they're all still freaking fabulous. So
exactly. So who you got at number 10, Hurt?
Number 10, I got Top Gun.
This may come as a shock to you.
You never saw that movie.
I've never seen Top Gun, and I know they're about to come out with Maverick soon.
Yeah, I mean Maverick, Goose, Iceman. I mean that movie. Tom Cruise, the other Val Kilmer, Goose. I forgot his name. He played Dr. Green on ER, but it's such a good movie. I love it. I know, right, Diggy? I know, right? This dude never seen Top Gun. That's just,
hey, man, I didn't see Goonies until this year, man.
MG. Anyway, so you said that out loud.
I got the need for speed.
Yes, so I am definitely number 10 is Top Gun.
All right. Well, coming in my number 10, I have the Governor, Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was king of the 80s, man. So many movies in the 80s. But one of my all-time favorite movies is The Running Man, man. I love that movie, man. We had Jim Brown in that movie.
Richard Dawson.
We had Richard Dawson in that movie. I mean, talk about, we're talking about Squid Game where you're playing games to the death. Man, this was like one of the original games to the death.
These were games, but yeah.
But, man, I love The Running Man. I've seen that movie so many times, man. What you got at number 9?
Yeah, number 9, I have Beetlejuice.
You know what? Beetlejuice just missed the cut for me, man.
Michael Keaton. Hey, it's just younger Alec Baldwin.
Yes. And Winona Ryder.
Yeah. Just the music. The music was fabulous in this movie.
Yes.
It was funny. It was a little bit creepy. It didn't really scare you as a kid.
Nah.
It was just, when he got his head shrinking and he tried to steal the guy's number. It was like, hey, what you doing? It was just such a good movie. And it had a little bit of cursing too in it, which as a kid, as you know, was huge. Like,
right.
I heard a curse word, So, hey, my number 9 is Beetlejuice.
Okay, don't say that anymore. You said it twice already.
I know, that's it. I'm believing you. I only say Candyman once. That's it. Like, I'm not that person.
Well, coming in at number 9 for me, Bueller. Bueller, dude. Ferris Bueller's Day Off, man. I love that movie. I love that movie. That's a movie I gotta watch at least once a year. You know,
Really?
yeah. Oh yeah, Matthew Broderick. You know, skipping out of school, man, and all the stuff he does, man. While he's skipping out of school, just such a good movie, man. I love it, man. What you got at number 8?
Number 8, I have Lean on Me.
Oh, dude, I totally forgot about that.
Lean on Me with of course, one of my favorite, everybody, Morgan Freeman played Joe Clark. So this was close to home because it happened in New Jersey. It was like almost like a real story of the principal of a school, Joe Clark. It had one of the best songs by Big Daddy Kane. Lean on Me. I just remember that whole, dude. It was a good movie. It had good actors, and it was based off the real life principle. So
yeah. East Side High, man.
Yeah, I love this movie. Lean on Me, number 8.
They used to call me Crazy Joe. Now they can call me Batman.
Exactly.
Rolled up there.
And then the thing about back in the day, you can't lock kids in school.
Yeah, dude.
Like you can't do that now. Like that wasn't a good idea then. But can you imagine?
Man, he'd be fired so fast, man.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we wouldn't even, But yeah, so Joe Clark, R.I.P. man. Thank you. Lean on Me, number 8.
All right, man. Coming in number 8 for me, from the Police Files of Frank Drebin. The Naked Gun, man. I love the Naked Gun, man. Dude, it's just, man. Enrico Palazzo. That's all I gotta say, man.
Enrico Palazzo. I mean, you had Reggie Jackson. I mean, it was such a. It was. You can't beat that. The dude breakdancing at home plate.
Yeah. Hey.
I mean, you had the little. I love that.
We had OJ before,
Yeah.
Cool. All right, man.
You know who was on? Did you watch Saturday Night Live? Did you watch it last night?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Was that taped? Because it didn't say live.
Was it taped?
Yeah. You know how it's usually live. I swear it looked like it said it was taped.
It's always live.
Yeah, but whoever wrote that monologue for Kim, that was hilarious. Because that's all I watched. I was like, because it's so late. Okay. But I saw the monologue and I was like, first of all, I was like, oh, she's hosting the show, but then she was just that was yeah,
fun. That was some pretty good jokes in there, man.
Yeah, so I'll give it. Where was I? Oh, number 7.
Yes.
Number 7, Steel Magnolias.
Oh my gosh. I was not expecting that.
I know. I don't know. I had Dolly Parton in it. Oh God. What's her name? Of course I'm drawing a blank. Sally Field, Julia Roberts, Shirley MacLaine, Olympia Dukakis, all these people in this movie, and it's the first time where I saw someone, or they portrayed somebody that was diabetic. I think Julia Roberts was.
No, okay.
And she was kind of having like a diabetic seizure, and I had to get her orange juice. And I'll just remember it was just such good acting. And Julia Roberts, I feel, especially later on, I kind of take somebody for granted, but she has some really good freaking roles.
Yeah,
she did a great job in a lot of movies. And Sally Field, William Forrest's mom, and and she's freaking fantastic. And Dolly Parton. I don't know, my mom or somebody watched this movie, and I liked it. I liked it because it was a real good story. So Steel Magnolias is my number 7.
Okay, I guess Steel Magnolias is to you as Beaches is to me, because I really like Beaches, even though that one didn't make my list. But anyway, yeah, Steel Magnolias, whatever. I just wasn't a big fan of that movie. But anyway, coming in number 7 on my list.
Oh, you saw Steel Magnolias? Yeah.
You
didn't watch
only bits and pieces of it. I barely remember it, but didn't do anything for me. Who Framed Roger Rabbit's coming in number 7 for me, man. Another great film by
Please, Eddie.
Yes. Robert Zemeckis does it again. Roger Rabbit, we had, which was really great. I mean, it wasn't a hit of its time, but it really used combined the animation and film, which has been done plenty of times before, but it was done in innovative ways at the time. back in 1988 or 89. This movie came out, but it was just so good, man.
And that one it had every cartoon. Like Mickey was in it.
Yeah, Mickey was in it. You had Warner Brothers cartoons.
Yes, that's almost like they're all in one. Yeah. Like that never happened in the history of. That hooked me almost more than the story. Yeah. You know, Toontown, and of course, you know, Christopher Lloyd. Yeah. Playing a lot of 80s characters. And he's actually coming up in my next movie, which is fun.
Oh, okay. Yeah. We had Jessica Rabbit. You know.
Oh my, I was like, they were just all in one, you know, Toontown. So
yeah. This is a great. I love that movie. All right, man. What you got at number 6?
Number 6 is Clue.
Oh, Clue.
Clue was Tim Curry, Madeline Kahn, Christopher Lloyd. I love this movie. It was, I don't know what, it was so quirky and fun. And I just remember, again, we don't know how we watched things back in the day, but it was just so entertaining. It was like it's a whodunit mystery. And I mean, as a kid, it was just one of those things that was just so intriguing.
Yeah.
So, my number 6 is Clue.
All right. Well, coming in number 6 for me, I mean, this movie is a classic. And it's a sequel to this movie is actually coming out next month. Ghostbusters, man. I mean, who doesn't love Ghostbusters? I mean, this thing is iconic. It's a classic.
Dude, come on.
Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. Don't Cross the Streams. You know.
Yes. Ooh, I mean, Slimer. I mean, you know.
We had Sigourney Weaver, Rick Moranis. I mean, this movie.
Yeah, those obsessed dogs.
Yes, yeah. Man, this movie was great, man.
Yeah, dude, the Stay Puft Marshmallow Man. You know, Ernie Hudson.
Yeah,
I don't even know what Ernie Hudson did after that, but I mean,
he's doing car shields. I just saw him in a car shield commercial the other day.
Okay. Well, you know, good for him.
Yeah,
but that's definitely. This wasn't on any of my lists before, but I put it on here because it was. I do like the movie. Is Lethal Weapon.
Oh.
Number 5. You know, Danny Glover. What's his name? Mel Gibson. Yeah, Mel Gibson. I was just, for some reason, it was a team that I didn't know I needed. And they worked so well together. And, you know, I just remember when he separated his shoulders. First time I ever seen somebody put their shoulder back by banging it into something. I swear I've seen it in every movie since then. But it was such a good movie. And he was just Mel Gibson was just insane in that. But, so my number 5 is Lethal Weapon.
All right. Coming in number 5 for me, love this movie. I used to watch this all the time. Jean-Claude Van Damme. This was the first movie I ever saw him in. Bloodsport, man. Story of Frank Dukes competing in the Kumite. And, man, I just love this movie, man. This was like MMA before there was MMA. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And, it's just so good, man. So good.
Yeah, and it wasn't in any. I wasn't into any of those movies.
Oh, have you ever seen Bloodsport?
There's no. I'm not. Those aren't like you want to talk about a genre movie I could care less about. Is those?
Oh man,
I was not into any of those. Movies.
No Steven Seagal. No. Jean-Claude Van Damme.
No.
Okay.
I mean, like they've been on TV. I may go past it, but I'm not. Just not.
Okay.
Yeah, that wasn't my thing. Number 4, Ghostbusters. We went through this. You know, of course, it just, you know, the oh God, what was it called? Ecto 1.
Yeah.
Yeah. That car is iconic.
Yeah.
Like they made that car iconic, and it is, again, not to rehash everything. It was just such a really freaking good movie.
Yeah.
So, what you got at number 4?
Number 4, man. You know, and speaking of sequels, I was saying how they're about to come out with the sequel to Ghostbusters, man. We actually have a sequel to this movie, but it came out in a series, and actually season 4 is about to start this December. Karate Kid, man. Ralph Macchio playing Daniel-san. We have Mr. Miyagi, Pat Morita.
Yeah, I thought this was the reason I didn't pick this movie because I really thought it was in one of our top 50. It was okay. So I left it out.
It wasn't in my top 50.
Oh, okay, because I really thought it. Yeah, I'm sure I probably would have put it in yours. But dude, wax on, wax off. I mean, come on. It's just, I mean, I still try to catch flies with chopsticks. It's just, it's, I mean, it was such a good movie. You know, you can't, just the lessons you learn from it. I mean, and the thing was so huge that they made it into a series, which is huge now.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was a good movie. Only reason I didn't put it down here because I really thought we went over it.
It might have been. Let me see. Was it? It might have been in your top 50.
I don't think so. I really thought it was in yours.
No, it was not in mine. Hold on. Let me see. I'm just checking real quick. Yeah, I don't see it in yours either. Yeah, how did
I know I didn't have it.
Okay, I didn't. I didn't have it. All right, man. What you got at number 3?
Number 3, I got Airplane. Dude, it was like when it hits the fan. That was, I just remember. I mean, this movie was hilarious. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar is in it. Of course, you know, Leslie Nielsen was the comedy's genius that he was. In Airplane, and, you know, Don't Call Me Shirley. It's just, you know, it's just so good. But any movie he made in the 80s was just hilarious. So, you know, all the Naked Guns, Airplane, everything that he touched to me was gold. Leslie Nielsen was freaking, and he started off as like a serious actor. And I only knew him as like you said, Frank Drebin and everything that he was as this comedic guy. And all his movies were funny. What you got at number 3?
All right. Where are we at number 3?
Number 3.
All right. The Natural. Roy Hobbs. Wonder Boy. Enough said. I love that movie, especially as a kid. Just really, really.
Robert Redford.
Yeah, Robert Redford, man. Playing Roy Hobbs.
Being Roy Hobbs to Hydrate. That was just crazy.
Yeah, man.
His whole career.
Yeah, man. I just love that movie, man.
I just remember the jersey being bloodied and him playing and then hitting that home run and the light. It was the pageantry of it.
Yes.
It was so freaking huge.
Yeah. Yeah. All right, what you got at number 2, Hurt?
Number 2, I think I had. I'm not sure if I had this on my top 50. I had to. If I didn't, then I'm gonna put a different movie in there. But I had Stand By Me.
I don't think that was in your top 50. But
yeah, I don't think so.
I'm gonna check though. Let me see.
Yeah, if it's not Stand By Me, then it's got to be Transformers and cartoon. But they may have been in my top 10. I don't know. But Stand By Me, the song was great. It was a Stephen King novel. All the little actors, Will Wheaton, River Phoenix, Corey Feldman. I'm missing somebody, but it was such a good movie. Just these 4 kids, you know, chopper sick balls. It was such a good movie. I love that movie. And if it's on, I watch it. I love Stand By.
Yeah, that was not on your top 10, but okay. I mean your top 50.
Good.
Okay. I love musicals, Hurt. I don't know if you know that about me, but I love musicals.
Yes, of course.
And this was I missed this one. I totally missed this comment. Sweep the Leg. That's right. I love musicals. You know, tried showing my youngest this movie. She was not digging it, but I love it. Little Shop of Horrors, man.
Oh God.
Little Shop
of Horrors. Yeah. Dude, feed me Seymour.
Yes.
I don't know why I didn't have it. Speaking of Rick Moranis, that dude had a good 80s run too.
Yo, he was like,
him and I am my song now. I am your dentist. Dude, that was just Steve Martin with his black hair.
Yeah.
And just it's just it was so good. I love this. Yeah, this is a real freaking good movie. And it made me want to get a plant that eats things. I want a Venus flytrap.
And the cool thing about Little Shop of Horrors is we got Pam and Gina before we got Pam and Gina.
Exactly. I knew you were going to mention that, so I'm glad you did. Yeah. Yep. I had no idea they were in it until it was like J-Lo being in Living Color. I
knew about that. Trust me.
Well, I didn't know who she was though. Like you see her, but she was. Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you saw somebody there, but you're like, okay. But I didn't know if she would become from the block.
Oh yeah, nobody. Right.
That's all I'm saying. And my number 1 movie is probably one of the top 5 or 10 Christmas movies of all time. You can't think of Christmas without thinking of this movie, and it's Die Hard. It's.
Dude, I thought you were going Christmas Story, which wasn't on your list.
No,
I thought you were finally going to mention it.
but I thought the Christmas Story came out in the 70s.
No, Christmas Story came out in 1980, I believe.
Oh, so it just hit the cusp.
Yeah, I'm looking it up now. But
Okay, I swear it was like 79, but I guess it was wrong. But no, but this is also a Christmas movie. So Die Hard, and the crazy thing about Die Hard, in all honesty, they market it now as a Christmas movie.
yeah, because they know because they know it has all this controversy. By the way, A Christmas Story came out in 1983, and how
Wow, really?
Yeah, and how ironic is it that I had Die Hard on my top 50 list, and you didn't?
You know, but it's number one here because of the whole thing surrounding it. It's just it was a commercial I was watching on the, I know it was USA somewhere, and it said Christmas has come early. We're showing early Christmas movies, and then no one's like Die Hard. I was like, and I recorded it, and I'm gonna send it to you just so I know you today.
Yeah.
And dude, this is freaking awesome. I love the fact that it's a Christmas movie, and Daggy knows Die Hard's a Christmas movie.
Oh,
So, all right, what's your numero uno?
well, I started the list with Arnold, and I'm going to end the list with Arnold. My number one movie of the 80s, one of my all-time favorite movies, Get Your to Mars. Total Recall, man. I love Total Recall. It's so good, man. Arnold Schwarzenegger, having dreams about being a super spy on Mars, and
that movie was freaky.
Huh?
That movie was freaky. Like when they went outside in the atmosphere and his face was changing. Remember all that little thing. Arnold was his 80s was a great run.
Yeah.
I like if Kindergarten Cop was in 1980, I would have put that in there because I love Kindergarten Cop.
Was Twins in the 80s? Because that was another great movie I love. Twins with Danny DeVito, man. I love that was a movie I watched all the time. Twins, Total Recall, and The Running Man. Like I love those, man.
Twins was 88.
Yeah.
Twins 88. I'm a Kindergarten Cop guy because of course it's not a tumor.
Not a tumor.
Come on, yeah. That it's funny that
made Sharon Stone. What made Sharon Stone a star?
Total Recall.
Oh, Total Recall. Really? She won. She was great in that movie, by the way. She was freaking awesome in that movie.
Wait, Total Recall. That said it came out in 1990.
Oh, it did?
Yeah, so because I was like, let me just look it up, and it said 1990. You can't even do an 80s list right.
All right, well, let me tell you what just
Twins. Twins is now the number one movie.
Well, it's the number one movie. I guess it's a Little Shop of Horrors. But
all right, you gotta add one more movie.
Well, I was gonna say my honorable mention. I had a couple of them, but I gotta put this one on here. I'm gonna Get You, Sucker, man. Love that. Love that movie.
Dude, the fishbowl in the shoes. I mean, come on, yo. I forgot the chick with the fake leg.
Yeah,
and she had no hair.
Yeah, man.
I mean, I did not know they were that funny, and that movie was freaking hilarious.
Yeah, man. We had Jim Brown was also in that movie.
Yes.
What makes you a black hero?
I got my own theme music. They had BDP.
Yeah.
He had BDP as his background music, yo.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, no, I love I'm Gonna Get You, Sucker. Yes, yeah. That is definitely awesome. That is
man. Also, Spaceballs just missed the cut. Just missed the cut.
Yeah, first of all, I forgot when Spaceballs came out, but Your Schwartz is as big as mine, and Lord Helmet, and Combing the Desert. I'm a Spaceball nut. I love that freaking movie.
Once again, Rick Moranis. Once again.
You know, it's just Your Schwartz is as big as mine. It's just Lord Helmet. What? What is it? It's Ludicrous Speed, sir.
That's right.
They went plaid. They went plaid. Yeah. Dude. Oh, don't get me on that movie. I can't. Yeah, I totally, again, not thinking about when things are. Spaceballs was fantastic. Mel Brooks movie. That is classic. I honestly, that's part of the Space Wars Like Star Wars,
Yeah.
like that's movie 10. No, 11 because Rogue One is like the 10th movie. So that Spaceballs is number 11.
And also, Dan, yes, I'm gonna get you suckers. When Chris Rock went to the store,
Yes, I get a rib.
He wanted the quarter for a rib. He wanted to sip. He wanted to take a sip for like a dime.
Yeah.
Don't forget merchandising. That's right. That's right. I forgot about that.
Oh my God. Ludicrous speed. We're going ludicrous speed.
Yeah.
But thank you everybody for tuning in, man. We have just a couple more weeks of the 80s stuff. Then we're gonna be moving on to the 90s. Which is also a freaking great decade. But we got a couple more things to do in the 80s. But of course, you can find us here on StreamYard and on YouTube. You subscribe and like to us. We appreciate it. And of course, we're on Facebook, IG, and the Twitter. And of course, you could go ahead and follow us on all the other podcasting forums: Spotify, iHeartRadio, StreamYard, Spreaker, Stitcher apps. Wherever you find podcasts, you will find the N1MD podcast. Thank you, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll see you a week from today.
Peace out, y'all.